Hello, 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 my beloved souls. Blessed be, blessed day. So, more intense downloads coming in. I swear to God, like I try to go to bed at night and it's like, oh, she's finally relaxed. Phew, 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 phew. I feel like a freaking Star Wars movie. Like, pew, 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 like little lasers coming through of energy. Um, yeah, so I'm recording this on the 30th of March, and the 29th was a 3-11-7 day, which, yeah, 3 is creativity, 11's like doorways opening, awakenings, manifestations, and then we have the 7, which is like the God within, grace, all those things, right? Beautiful, beautiful. And one would think numerologically, right? Is that word? Numerically. Why am I saying numer? I think I'm confusing like numerology and whatever, numerically, whatever, my own inner turmoil. That would make sense. That it would be like a fucking awesome day, super dope energies, right? Between that and like the planets that are all in like alignment, right? Like that little line that we had on like the 28th with 5 planets all lined up with all this energy of manifestations, power. Like one would think that that would have been a really dope day. Instead, it was one of the most challenging and frustrating energy days there was. Like I mean, everybody was getting hit. Everybody was getting hit. It doesn't matter if you are a high vibrational being, consider yourself one, like spiritually enlightened, or someone who's low vibrational energies. And it doesn't matter your age, from 8 to 80, it was like everybody was getting rocked yesterday, right? And I was so confused, right? Because I'm looking at the numbers, I'm looking at the planets, I'm tapping into the energy. This is my season. I'm in Aries, and I'm like, what in the entire fuck is happening right now, right? Like, why? And it was chaotic and challenging and frustrating. I placed an order with Amazon like the night before to get it overnighted. It didn't actually come until today, so it's 2 days late. I'm like, oh, so nice that I paid extra money to get this thing overnighted, and it still has yet to arrive. My daughter was like trying to like go back and forth with me, bantering. She ended up like having like an emotional breakdown before school. My son was super frustrated. Like people were just like getting under his skin. Um, co-work like friends of mine are having challenges at work, whether it's from their coworkers or another one was having challenge in their relationship. One of my homeboys got locked up over like not wearing a helmet on his bike. Like it was just like dumb irritations and just like challenges and frustrations and irritants, and I was just like, what is happening? Like what is the cause of all of this? What is the purpose of all of this, right? And I know energetically that there's a lot going on, right? And again, we had those solar flares and solar storms that brought with it massive energy. The equinox opened up a huge gateway coming in with that super new moon in Aries, right during the equinox. Like these are massive energy portals that have been coming in for us. And a lot of light energy coming onto the planet, right? And a lot of light codes, a lot of activations, a lot of healings, a lot of clearings. Like a lot is going on. I get that. I get that. So this bubbling under the surface energy is just showing what's going on in the collective. It's just like when we have all these solar flares, like it is awesome because it helps us with our creativity, right? Like it helps to I'm gonna pull you guys closer. Come close to me. It helps to heighten our creativity, but it also makes you kind of sensitive and irritable and a little bitchy, right? Like everybody's kind of like on edge. Everybody's got the like claws out. It can be. It's very intense, right? Very emotional, very um disturbing to a point. So I'm watching all these energies play out. I'm experiencing these energies as well. And you guys know, if you've been following me for a minute, you know that wherever I'm at in the world, no matter what's going on in the world, when there's big energetic shifts going on, it's going to rain wherever I'm at. It's going to rain. It doesn't matter where I'm at, when it is, whatever. If I'm in the middle of the freaking Sahara Desert and it only rains once a year, guaranteed it's going to wait. I'll be the day that it rains. Guaranteed. It's just what it is. You know, me and weather, I know that I'm very sensitive and I know that I work with weather, and I tell you guys all the time, like me and the winds and the rains, we all work together. Like Yeshua wasn't the only one on this planet that can calm the reins. We were given dominion over the earth. I think many people forget that. You know, human beings were given dominion over the earth. Like, you have the power to prophesize and speak to the winds and to the rains and to the storms and have them work with you, you know, and protect you and communicate with you in that sense, right? That's how the universe and I communicate when it comes to big energy things. Wherever I'm at in the world, it's gonna rain, and it's been storming here for a couple of days. And so I'm like, all right, I mean, feeling it and seeing it play out in 3D, I already knew what was up. And then when it started raining, I was like, yep, here we go. Here we go with the nonsense and the bullshit. So I had to jump on just to acknowledge it because there was just so much going on. But again, it wasn't focused on like one sign or even like one type of sign, you know, like cardinal or fixed or mutable. Like, it wasn't even anything like that. It was literally like a collective what the fuck going on. And like I said, like 8 to 80, like the kids weren't the exception to the rule. Old people, nobody was missing it. Everybody was going to get a little challenged. I don't care if it was you got hit in traffic, you had to wait too long on the line. I'm at Target. I'm at Target, right? Went to go pick up some stuff. And I see this long ass line by self checkout, right? No big deal. A lot of people don't pay attention to the other lanes and, you know, they can like go to a register. So I wasn't paying it no mind when I came in there and went to do what I needed to do. And then as I'm coming out going to pay, there's only two registers, right? And both of them were closing. They're like, oh, no, we're closing, we're closing, we're closing. And I'm like, and I'm looking at the line for self checkout, which is dumb long. So I'm like, why would they be closing the registers with this long ass line? Like, it made no sense. I mean, granted, like, you know, Targets, Walmarts, a lot of them don't make any sense anyway when it comes to management. But in this scenario, it was just like, are y'all looking at all the customers? You know, like, did you have waiting, whatever? So I'm seeing people and everybody's getting frustrated and people are like trying to go to the lines and realizing they can't. They're trying to go to self checkout and people are, you know, it's like near lunchtime. So we're like, I heard a phone. I'm like, that's not one of my phones. I know I cut mine's off. I don't know. Somebody's phone's in the background. Anyway, so it's like, it's almost lunchtime. Like, you messing with people's money, their timing. Like, it was just, you know, whatever. A slight inconvenience, you know. Um, for a lot of the people on the line, though, I could feel their frustration, you know. Like, I'm listening to people moan and groan and gripe. Now, normally when things like that occur, it's like water for duck's back. I don't really embody it because I just go, all right, well, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, if I buy the thing right now, if I buy it 5 minutes from now, at the end of the day, I'm still making my purchase, right? Like, I just kind of like move on. I try not to let those things irritate me, but I'm listening to the irritation going on around me. And the issue with Amazon wasn't like a personal thing. Like, I needed some items for work. And so like, now you're fucking with my money. You know what I mean? And so I gave it to the Most High. Like last night, I was like, I allowed it to irritate me. I watched all it and I was like, wow, I'm giving my power away in this moment by like allowing myself to be thrown off by something as simple as like a delayed package. Like, I had to like look at myself and be like, no, just check that, forget it, you're done. Like, giving it to the Most High. When it arrives, it'll arrive and it'll be here when it needs to be here and whatever. If got stuck in traffic and I'm like, all right, well, I don't know what God's protecting me from. You know what I mean? It's just like a matter of switching our perspective on a lot of things. And so as you're going through your days and maybe being hit with a few challenges here or there, just I advise you just shift your perspective. You know what I mean? Just turn it, look at it a different way. All right, what am I being protected from? Or maybe didn't need to do that. There were several things that I had lined up during the week that I couldn't do when I wanted to do them, not when I needed to do them, obviously, because if it needed to be done at that time, it would have happened. But when I wanted to do them and I was like, huh, all right, well, I didn't get that done. I guess I have to wait till another day or I have to do that another time. Or evidently my focus needed to be on something else, you know? And like a lot of that has been happening this week. And it was just kind of like, huh, okay, well, glad I had time for this. All right, well, glad I ended up going over there because I needed to be there at that time or I needed to have that conversation or I needed to be aware of these things, right? So putting it out there because I'm sure, you know, I wasn't the only one who had their claws out yesterday and was ready to hurt something. So I want everybody to only wear the silver cuffs on their wrists that they choose to wear, right? Not because you got the boys running down on you and all this stuff. So anyway, I'm just going to pull a few cards from the Light Seers Tarot. See what the angels and our guides and the beings of the purest light and the highest vibration want to share with us about these energies. Because like I said, I was like, what is happening? Like, what is happening right now? What and why? what and why, all the things. So thank you for being here with me. I love you guys so much. You already know. Always leave a comment down below. I definitely talk back. I love when you guys talk your shit here. It cracks me up. I love it. DM me, all the things. Email me. You know I don't care. TheEnlightenedDaughter@gmail.com. I'm here for all of it. I'm here for you. I got y'all. I love y'all. Communicate. If you need to book a personal reading, you can go to my website, TheEnlightenedDaughter.com. I'm always here. I'm always around. I don't care how busy I am. I'm never too busy for the High Vibe Tribe because I love you. All right, angels and guides, beings of the purest light and the highest vibration. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? Oh, as they remind me, thank you guys. I didn't need the pain, but thank you. So a lot of ascension symptoms as well coming in. Maybe you're feeling like they've been, I've been drinking water like nobody's business. And I'm a big water drinker anyway. Like I don't really drink a lot of things outside of that. Water, tea, wine. Those are like my three go-to things. But a lot of like a need to stay hydrated, right? Because I've been getting like feeling just like super dehydrated. And I drink a lot of water and I drink it with pink salt. So it's not like I'm just drinking plain water. Like I'm adding pink salt to it to make sure that I'm like getting my little electrolytes and really hydrating my cells. And I'm still having to like OD. Making sure that you're fueling your body. I just saw 1111. Making sure you're fueling your body. Especially with all these light codes coming in and all these downloads and all these activations that are going on, right? Like our souls are changing. We're literally ascending and shifting and changing our DNA right now as we're doing these healings and these clearings, right? Not everybody's going through this, but if you're here, you're more than likely on the same path, right? So you're doing these healings and these clearings and your body needs fuel. So really intuitively, like, trust your intuition when it comes to what to eat, right? And I don't want you guys just like eating low vibrational foods that are not going to be adding to you during this time. Really focus on trying to eat some high vibrational foods. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not going to pretend to be. I never pretend to be. Like, I love chocolate. I love freaking popcorn. I love apples, I love bananas. Like I like what I like, but I'm also an intuitive healer. Not just an intuitive healer, I'm also an intuitive eater. So really trusting your body, right? For some of you, you may need to fuel up and eat a little bit more meat, right? You might be guided to eat some red meat and really just get that in your body because of all the shifts and changes that are going on around you, right? So don't judge yourself on the things that you're being called to eat, but you also, the difference between when your body's intuitively guiding you to maybe like have a steak or have some grounding foods like a potato or a cabbage or a beet, as opposed to just being like, oh, I don't know what to eat and I'm going through a tough time right now, and so I'm just like comfort eating and I'm going to eat all the chips and all the cheese doodles and all the things. Like, you take care of your body will take care of you. You know what I mean? Like, people in the Bible lived hundreds, if not thousands of years. That wasn't a mistake. That's because they were high vibrational beings and they knew what it was, right? We can all be in these streets like Abraham was, right? Just kicking out the centuries under our belt. So really hydrating your body, following your intuitive guidance when it comes to eating, right? And really like fueling up your body. Obviously, fruits and vegetables are going to help you. Even if you're eating meats, try to do so with things that are grass-fed or organic. Once again, I'm not a dietitian. I don't pretend to be. I'm not going to sit here in judgment of you. But if you do the things that make you feel good or make your body feel good because you're giving them the proper fuels and nutrients that it needs, this is going to be an easier transit for you. You may even want to put like some calcite in your water, and that's a crystal that we normally don't put in water, but put it in your water overnight and just drink that glass of water in the morning, and that's going to help you to embody these light codes a little bit easier. All right, just so that you have that awareness. Also, my head last night started pounding. When I tell you, my shit was like, I was in massive pain, and I was like, okay, what's happening now? Because that's an upgrade, And then my third eye was itching. And so I'm like this, and my head is like pounding, and I was like, okay, God, I get it. Like, I'm about to be upgraded. There's about to be a new gift, little skill, a new little piece of magic that's coming online, but holy crap, you know what I mean? Um, and I mean, I was dizzy. I didn't even cook for my kids last night. I felt bad. Like, I had to give them like the quickest. I didn't go out of my way to cook. Like, they had like hamburgers and french fries, not even hot dogs and french fries, because I just couldn't stand here and do the mommy magic in the kitchen. Like my head was pounding. I was getting dizzy. I had to sit down. My daughter's like, please don't pass out. I'm gonna have to call an ambulance. You know, she's so cute. She's 10. And I was like, I got you. Like, I'm not trying to die in here. Like, that's not cute. We got stuff to do. So a lot of downloads, a lot of activations in the third eye, a lot of activations in the crown chakra. So if you guys are experiencing this, not a doctor, not gonna, obviously trust your guidance when it comes to your medical health. But like I said, if you're here in this high vibe tribe and you're in this community, more than likely a lot of the things that you're experiencing have to do with your ascension symptoms, right? And so just be mindful of that. And really hydrating and resting are really going to help you. I didn't get a lot of rest yesterday. I didn't give myself a chance to chill because I just had a lot going on. You know what I mean? And so lesson learned. Like, go sit down when you need to sit down, My daughter's like, take a nap. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking a nap. My son's not home. Like, if both my kids ain't with me, there's no sleeping. She's like, well, try to relax at least a little. So I just like sat here with my eyes closed and just tried to like go into meditation for a little while. Was drinking mad water, made myself some more tea, so just be mindful of that. Sorry, they were like, oh, don't forget to tell them about the ascension symptoms, because my head just started pounding again. 1555 I just saw. So anyway, let's see. Beautiful team of light, angels and guides, beings of the purest light and highest vibration, spirit guides, spirit animals, Holy Spirit, angels, archangels, ascended masters, guardian angels, galactic star family. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? What's going on? Tell us something. Tell me something good. Tell me that you love me. Yeah. Forgive me with this deck. It's always a little bit of a challenge for me. Like I said, these cards aren't easy for me to maneuver, but this is the deck that I was inspired to grab. And I do what I'm guided to do. Okay. Sorry, a whole bunch of cards fell, and I wasn't sure if I should take them or not, but I was guided to take them. Wow. I love this deck. It's so beautiful. Oh my god. Alright. Before I get all emotional and start fucking crying again. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands. So, look at all the light, right? Light, sparkle, light. Like, that's the intensity of it right now, right? 8 of Wands is normally a card of, like, fast-moving action and moving things forward and travel and stuff like that. And we have all of this energy. Like, it's, like, not just... Okay, not just physical traveling, but astral traveling, and there's a lot going on in the heavens. Yeah, with all the stuff that's happening with the planets, there's just a massive amount of light codes coming in for everybody, right? Like, that's why this thing is getting so intense. It's like, another big bang, almost. It's like we're having a big bang within our collective right now as we're moving forward to the new earth, like the new 5D earth, the new Jerusalem, the new... It's like the universe is recreating itself right now while we're still here, like around us almost. And so you're being upgraded, you're being elevated, you're evolving to deal with these energies. You're being ignited at this time. Your creativity is being heightened at this time. Your passions are being heightened at this time. It's like it's like lighting the string to dynamite, right? We're being ignited at this time, and things are really starting to become explosive. Okay. Sorry, they're showing me this. This was peeking out. Which is Two of Pentacles, right? We're gonna have a little bit of balance, especially like work-life balance. But they're also showing it to me as like wishes coming true. Like what's that flower called when you blow on it? A dandelion or something like that? It's almost like that. Like, okay. So it's like we're making our wish, creating our manifestations, by putting things out into the universe, and then when we blow, and then it goes everywhere. It's like it's going all over the universe. So it's like your prayers, your wishes, your goals, your desires are being spread out right now, and you're seeing how it's touching everything. And it's not just, you see, it's not just touching one, right? From that center, it's like it's spreading out across the globe, it's spreading out across the universe, it's spreading out across the galaxies, right? It's spreading out across all timelines, all realms, all dimensions. That's super powerful. And then under that was the strength card, right? Leo energy. Strong as a lion, gentle as a lamb. I love that. And look at this beautiful heart right there, right? So really opening our hearts at this time. Okay. The pre-shuffle, I saw the Hierophant, right? Which I thought was dope. He just keeps coming out for me recently. The Hierophant, number 5, right? That is the energy of like a master teacher, a guru, a spiritual counselor, a wise counselor, like a spiritual guide, right? All these things. But look at the steps, guys, right? As we ascend. And look at the joy within him, right? He's in meditation. He's finding joy. He's finding stability. He's really grounded. And the steps are just carrying him up. So as we ascend, as we move forward, as we're moving up along this pathway, right? We get to do so in a state of joy. We get to do so in a state of bliss. We get to... It's funny, when you really connect with your higher self, when you connect with the divine, like... So I'm saying these like little irritants of life don't really start bothering you so much because you just take things as they are and in the flow of it, you know? And it's like you realize that your joy, your happiness, your fulfillment, your dreams come true aren't externalized, right? Like nobody determines if I'm happy. Nobody determines if I'm joyful except for me, right? The joy that is within us is given to us by the God that is within us, right? It's the same exact thing. So just a lot of peace and joy is going to be coming from this ascension when you're letting go of the egoic mind, when you're letting go of the things that are holding you captive in fear, right? And when you're remembering your own worthiness, your own power, your own peace, right? And as we let go of the layers of our egoic self, as we climb higher and higher on the stairs of ascension, we are more joyful because we're letting go of the bullshit in this 3D realm, and we're activating our light, right? We're moving towards the light, our luminous being. And at some point, all that's left when we take off the layers of what we've been told about our color, our sex, our class, our country, or whatever labels we've been giving along the way, whether that's from the government or society or your family. We start to release those layers, and the more you release that stuff, the more joyful you feel, because then you're going right back to your sovereignty, right, to your center, to the luminosity that is within you. It's brilliant. I love that. And then we got, ooh, the Page of Wands. Look at her making some magic happen. Got a little baton, right, swirling it in the air. Pages can bring us messages as well. And it's, again, this is more fire energy. And I really, her swinginess in the circle here is just showing me more creativity. It's like you can do something different in order to bring some magic back into your life. Have fun with it. Use these energies to have fun, to really create, to do things a little bit more differently, right? Because she is just smiling. She's throwing her shit up in the air. She's creating at the same time with this beautiful circle coming in. So allow yourself to kind of be free like a child in your manifestations, right? Maybe you guys want to draw a picture of what you've been seeing in your mind's eye. Or maybe you want to, go old school and create an actual physical, like, what do you call it, vision board, like Pinterest, right? Like Pinterest is like our online way of like not having to cut out freaking magazines and pictures and put our collage together. Maybe you want to do it old school and get some poster board and make it happen, whatever that looks like to you. um for some of you, are just going to be dancing, like bring some dance, cut some music on, do what you need to do. Look at this. Look at this beautiful, delicious cup of love, like 10 of cups, right? This is like all the love. This is loving yourself, loving your partner, loving your family, loving your life, loving, just, this is just the divine love, right? The joy, the bliss that is coming in. So we have all of that coming forward for us as well. I thought that was a flute. I don't know what that is, but they were showing it to me like a flute. So again, more music, right? But it looks like the kids are playing. We can be maybe listening to vibes and just watching, watching kids play by the park. Maybe you're going to a picnic or to a fair or something like that, but just allowing yourself to love and be loved during this time, right? Really opening our hearts. That's been a huge message this entire week, right? And in the weeks that have been previous weeks as well, but this entire week there's been a huge focus or being really, really heart-centered and really opening our hearts. And then look, we got the beautiful Six of Cups. So we got some loyalty coming in with the dog. I love that. Even reminiscing about the past, connecting with our inner child. So inner child healing is going on as well. Having someone in your life that you can count on, that you can rely upon. For some of you, your spirit guide is your dog. Like your spirit guide is your animal. Feel like a small group of you might have had an animal that crossed over to the other side and know that they are watching you and holding you down on the other side of the realm. You know what I mean? Like, I know that that's hard. You might miss them, and I'm sorry, as I know I miss my cats. But know that they're loving you from the other side of the veil. They don't stop. The good you do is coming back to you as well, is another message that I got from this. Not in just loyalty, but in love and companionship as well. Dogs are like children in a sense, because they need a lot of attention. Like, I'm a cat person. I love my cats. But cats don't need that much attention, right? They do their thing, you do your thing, and then you kind of come together and it's all good, and then they go their way and you go yours. Dogs need way more than that, right? You have to feed them several times a day. You have to take them out several times a day. They can sense an illness on your body, right? They tend to just really talk to our souls in a very different way. And so I feel like for those of you that have a dog or connecting with the dog, or just like that, they're more than just a pet. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much more than that. They're like I said, they're like children. They need all the attention that children do, and they give all that like unconditional love like children will as well. It's a beautiful thing. And then look, more creative energy coming in with the magician. Look at that hand chakra being nice and open, right? We create our reality. So what is the energy that you're putting out there, right? And as you heal, as you share your gifts, right? As you drop them in this pool of water, right? It gets to be spread out, because whoever else happens to dip from this water or be in this water or connect with this water is also going to get those blessings, right? When we are doing our good in the world, when we're sharing our gifts and our talents and our skills, we're like a pebble in the pond. And I know you guys hear me say that all the time, but that is the image, right? It's like a pebble in the pond. Whoop, you throw the pebble and you watch the waves ripple out. Like, that is the effect that you have on the collective. And then when that energy hits the banks, guess what? It gets to come right back to you, right? So it's like you're putting the good out there, and then the good is coming right back to you, and it's beautiful, ebb and flow, right? But what are you creating? What magic are you creating? Because again, what you're putting out, you're getting back. And we're not talking about creating from a space of neediness and fear and selfishness. We're talking about creating from a space of, how is this going to serve my highest good and the highest good of all? That is the energy we're creating. But you guys are powerful manifestors, and you need to realize that. I think so many of you just don't realize how powerful you are. Or maybe some of you are just really scared of your power. And I get that. I get that. Once you realize that, like, I am created in the image of the Most High God is more than just words on paper, it's a game changer, right? We were given dominion over this earth. You have free will. How are you using your powers for good? You know what I'm saying? What did I say? We need to get some rest. Four of Swords. We need to get some rest. Take a nap. Look, if you're a napper, if you have the ability to nap, do it. Like if you're like me and just can't nap, try to rest, try to relax, take a walk, cut your brain off, do what you need to do. All right? Know that you are loved. Look at all this heart. Know that you are loved and safe. You see how she's just in a nest? She's safe, right? It's like little birds, they put their babies in a nest and they keep them safe. That's their sanctuary, right? You are in the nest, you're in God's nest, and you're safe. Even if your heart is outside of your chest, all of you is protected, safeguarded, and protected. It's delicious, delightful. And we got the full energy. So we had the magician and the full, all Aries energy coming through, right? With especially in the wands energy as well, right? That's all fire signs. So big emphasis on new beginnings, manifestations, the fool, right? It's all about that leap of faith and starting something new and um doing it even if it doesn't make sense, and doing it even if you don't have all the answers, and doing it if you don't even have all the information, and just knowing that if you're leaning your ass off the cliff and you got your faith in the divine and you just know, you know what, God, I'm not really sure what's happening over here, but I trust you to guide me. This is the string that's holding her, right? Is it a string? Looks like a string or a branch, right? Like that is the Most High. That is your angels. That is your spirit guide. That is your team of light, right? They're holding you and letting you know, we got you. You want to try this thing? Fantastic. We're not going to let you fall. We got you. And if you do fall into this delicious water, guess what it is? It's pure magic. It's the magic that you've been creating, so you don't have to worry about it. Because what are you falling into? Your happiness, your joy, love, peace, harmony, abundance, prosperity, divine health. Like, yes, dip me in the magical waters, please. Let me get into my fountain of youth. Hell yeah. All right. Final card, the Ten of Swords. Look, leaving all that bullshit behind. Leaving behind the frustrations, the lies, the deception, the betrayal, all of it. We're walking away from it, right? The Ten of Swords is that energy of like, it, it's already been the hardest it's ever been. The worst has already come. The only way, there's only one way now, and that's up, right? So that's that energy. It's like you're walking away from the things that are no longer serving you. They're showing it to me almost like she's in a desert, right? And so it's like the birds are leading her away, right? Whenever you're out in nature, and if you're looking for like water, if you're looking for shelter, if you're looking for like safety, follow the animals, right? The animals are tapped into their innate. They don't live in this fear energy that we do. They're not sitting here judging and being like, that tree's not good enough for me because I don't like the view. You know what I mean? Like, they know safety, they know security, they know where the clean water is going to be, right? They can sense when the weather is shifting around them, right? And so sometimes they're leading you to your happiness, leading you to your peace. So these energies are bringing love in. They're bringing huge amounts of light codes and ascension and guidance. They're leading you to your joy. They're leading you to your bliss. You're being reminded to get some rest, to stay hydrated, to allow yourself to be led by your team of light. Allow yourself to be led by the divine. Allow yourself to be led by your highest self, and to walk away from the things that are no longer serving you, and to know that it's okay, and to really focus your energy on the things that you want to create, the things that you choose to manifest in your life. What do you want to manifest, right? I drink water. Y'all know I'm a big water fan. I talk to my water. I charge my water. I give directions to my water, just like I do with my crystals, right? It's great to connect with Gaia and have all these things, but they work even better. 3333, I just saw. Thank you, Ascended Masters. Yeshua's been like here with me this whole week. I love it. I love it. Um, but they work even more when we kind of give them a task, when we give them a duty, when we're like, hey, Tiger's Eye, I know you're the stone of like protection and luck and attraction. So thank you for being here with me. Thank you for bringing forth to me, like beautiful luck and attraction and my divine counterpart, and that I just keep getting favored and keeping me safeguarded and protected everywhere that I go. Like, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always connect with your crystals. Give them a job and let them do what they do. Let them do it best. Talk to your water. You know what I mean? There's been studies on like, people talking to water in a positive way and a negative way and what that looks like on camera, right? And like, understand that like we're mostly made of water. So talk to the stuff that you're putting into your body, right? I love you so much. You're amazing. Thank you for making me the richest bitch in the world. And then Drink your rich bitch water. Drink your blessings, right? I drink my millionaire tea every single day, right? Why not? Let the universe work with you, right? Let the universe work for you. The angels, the guides, the elements, all of it, right? Put them to work and do so with perfect love and perfect trust, knowing it's going to serve your highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of all. And understanding that sometimes when things aren't working out, it may not be for your highest and greatest good because we don't always perceive our own best interests, and sometimes you may want a thing or want a person or want a situation that actually wouldn't serve your happily ever after. And sometimes we have to grow through that scenario or those situationships in order to see on the other side, wow, that actually wouldn't have been, what I needed. That actually wouldn't have worked for me. Many of us, and on this planet, we learn through relationships. How many times have you ended a relationship with someone, or it ended and you were heartbroken and shattered, and oh my God, they were the love of my life and I can't live without them, and next thing you know, 2-3 years have passed, you're over here just living right without them, and then you meet someone better, or you realize that the next time you get in a situation, you see these kind of red flags and you're like, actually that's a deal breaker. Or you see some crap later, how they ended up bugging out on the next partner. Maybe they were abusive, maybe they were a liar, maybe they ended up in jail, maybe they're dead. You don't know. I stay thanking God, ooh, dodge that bullet, dodge that bullet. Thank you for, I thank God not only for answering my prayers, but for not answering many of them. You know what I mean? Because you don't know how many times you dodged a bullet or how many times God has saved you from yourself. You really don't. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I wasn't expecting to do this long. But, the messages are coming through and I got to share them. So, I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. My birthday is on Monday. So, if you want to cash at me, you can do that too. But anyway, definitely reach out. I love you guys. Have the most beautiful, 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 beautiful weekend of your life. And if you're watching this and it's already April, happy April to you. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Later, my beloveds.